Hey, Fish! Loves you, baby. You're beautiful.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Diecast Luna. Hope you're all doing well and welcome to another weekly review. And this week we've got only a couple of castings to look at, but very interesting nonetheless. And as you can see, the first one I'm going to take a look at is this Corgi Junior Whiz Wheels Extra. It is the Kojak Buick Regal, which is very, very cool. I've been after one of these little Kojak Buick Regal cars for quite a few years now, and every time I've come across them at car boot sales and other various different places and stuff, and even on eBay to a degree, they've always been in pretty rough shape. But this one I tracked down from a local seller, someone not too far from my house, and the car's in near mint condition. It's got a few chips and dings, but it's in pretty good nick. The box is in nice condition. But anyway, the actual car, Corgi released it in 1976 was when it's first seen. I do believe this particular boxed example came out in about 77. But you can get it in different sizes. They did do it in, I think, 1/43-ish scale is the best way to put it. Sort of 1/43 to 1/48. I'm not quite sure of the next scale, what it exactly was, but I know it was around about the 1/43 scale. So they did do a larger version. You could get it with, I think it had opening doors. I think you had like a Kojak model figure. But I haven't done masses of research on the different cars. I just know you could get them. But anyway, we'll take a look at the car. And like you see, the box is in really nice condition, which is cool. So you can see it says Kojak Buick, Corgi Junior, Whiz Wheels. Very, very cool. And like I said, the car isn't in too bad a condition, really. I didn't pay a massive amount for this. But let's just put the camera down a little bit more. And there it is. And it is in pretty nice condition. Like I said, you can see it's got a few minor little chips here and there. But the glass is nice, the light's nice, the wheels are nice. You can see it's not been played with. It's got a little bit of fade on the plastic there at the front. But a little bit more chipping. But it is still in really nice, quite nice condition. Now, when you think this model came out, you know, it's as old as I am. So it's got to be a good 40, well, I'm 44. So this car, as I said, it's around about that age, so it hasn't done bad. And like I said, 90% of the time, when you find these cars, they're usually beaten to death. These aren't, in my opinion, and not knocking Corgi collectors, these aren't as nicely made as Matchbox were. A lot of the Corgi Juniors, excuse me, had plastic bases, and the castings didn't seem to be as heavy gauge. This is quite a relatively light casting. I have got some other Corgi Juniors that have a metal base. So some came with a metal base and some came with a plastic base. But nonetheless, it's still a cool casting. And like I said, I remember watching the reruns of Kojak when I was a small boy. And always quite liked it. You know, loved his lollipops and, you know, quite a sort of eye-catching guy. Bald and, you know, excuse the pun, sucking a lollipop half the time. Quite funny. But and I like the cars from this time period, you know. Like I've also got the Starsky and Hutch car, Starsky Hutch car, sorry. So anyway, quite a nice little find, and like I said, didn't cost me a massive amount. I paid £10 for this car with its box, which I thought was reasonable. And like I said, it's got some damage, but these weren't made. Like I said, these were made. The paint was very, very thin. Excuse me. But anyway, when you think of its age, it's in pretty good nick. And what I do like about this is, as you can see, they have coloured the rear lights, which gives it a little bit of extra detail. But anyway, so that's the Kojak's Buick Regal. So that's the first car. So I'll just put that on its box in the background there. So let's just do this up. Oh, I've got a dry throat today. Right, so that can go there. And then the next thing we're going to take a look at is something I've never seen before. Yeah, Mighty Midget. and it just says number 15 Vespa scooter made in England. Now, when I researched this, now this was something that the seller offered me when I was buying the Buick, and again, it wasn't expensive, so I just thought, why not? Let's pick it up. Now, I'm not a massive scooter expert. I don't particularly have a great passion for scooters, but this is a diecast channel, and this is a piece of diecast. But when I looked it up, there wasn't a great deal about it. This is actually from 1950, or at least the mid 50s. It's very, very old. As you can see, the box is in really quite nice condition as well, which is pretty cool. But there was something on Google about it, but it was going on and on and on and on. But anyway, we'll open it up and have a look at it. And it is missing its rider, because apparently from what I've researched, they did come with riders. So you can see it's got a hole punched out there in the floor. The man used to sit on top with his sort of, face, what they call it. It wasn't a full-faced helmet. It was like a, well, yeah. I ain't going to say what we usually call the helmets, but you can imagine. But had his strange little helmet on. But it is a very plain casting. It's actually got a little bit of weight to it. But it is in very nice condition. It does have die-cast wheels. So you can see it's got made in England there. And it's got something written up in there. I do believe that's probably the manufacturer. I think there's the name up inside perhaps. But it's only got one small little paint chip there. But it's got a little side stand. And like I said, it's quirky. It's different. It will go in the collection. Got some little engine detail there. You got a little kickstart there, if I can get it right. Got a little moulding of a kickstart. You got a rear light, front light. That would have been your horn. But like I said, I did try looking up about it, and all I managed to find out, there was a lot on it, but it was going on and on and on. They did do this in several colours. They did it in green, yellow, I do believe a grey, this colour, and a lot of them, they all had what looked like on the box. If you look here, they all had riders that were, sat on the bike. The riders, most of them were red with little dark goggles. The riders didn't seem to change colour. They all seemed to be, from what I could see, like a red uniformed rider. And the later versions of this had rubber tyres, and but again, not really much more detail. But like I said, I just thought it was very unusual. I've never seen one before, and like I said, from what I've researched, it was very early, sort of early 50s. It's quite an old casting. But anyway, if anybody has any information on this, feel free to comment, because like I said, I was a little bit lazy. I just sort of looked up a little bit about it. On eBay, there was a few on eBay. None of them had the box. They had the rider and the bike, but not many had the box. And to be honest, if I was in this for the money, which I'm not, I could make money on this, because it's actually I was quite shocked at what these were fetching without the box. But like I said, I don't care about the money. I like interesting diecast. But anyway, that is today's vehicles. So we'll just put that there. But please like and subscribe if you like this content. I am going to be doing a restoration video probably next. I'm going to probably start that in the next couple of days, of that little Volkswagen T3 that I've viewed in a previous video, because it looks like people want to see it being redone. So that is going to be a restoration I will be doing this week. I am still waiting for my Tomica to turn up, and I've just ordered a Tomica Limited Vintage, my first Limited Vintage, which will be another Ferrari Testarossa. So that should be interesting. But again, I'm waiting for that to come. But anyway, stuff to look forward to. Thanks for watching. I will see you all very soon.